Whoa! Who the hell are you?
Do a barrel roll!
Do barrel? Do you do a barrel roll? Do I really have to review this? Oh, nothing there to do. Now before we get started, let's go over the backstory. Star Fox on the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64 were considered absolute classics. They were fast, action-packed, and overall they kicked ass. Then came Star Fox Adventures. Now this overall was a great game, but here's the thing. It took the genre of the whole series in a completely different direction. It took on like the Legend of Zelda kind of style. This was pretty interesting, and it worked great for either Legend of Zelda fans or people who have not yet joined the series. But just like any fan would do, if a series changed genres, fans were absolutely enraged. Which is why when the mention of a new Star Fox game with more R-Wing in it came along, fans were thrilled to pick up their copy of Star Fox Assault. Here's another interesting thing. There's still going to be on-foot parts, so anyone who joined the flight when Star Fox Adventures kicked in would have a nice sequel to follow since this had something they're familiar with, including a continuation of the Star Fox Adventures storyline, which was pretty cool. So with old new fans anxiously awaiting this new game, were all their hunger satisfied? The game starts off with some cheesy dialogue, but no one will have left yet. I mean, no one really cares, they're just excited to get to the gameplay.
It's just so crazy! I can't believe Andros had so darn many troops left behind!
Okay, Falco and Slippy, take the left side. Crystal and Fox, hit the right. Everyone strike, now!
That's what she said. Oh! What the hell? A few interesting things happen, such as Crystal becoming part of the Star Fox team. And when you begin the game, there is a crap load of stuff going on that gives sort of a Star Wars 3 type opening. Awesome and action-packed. The game begins as you go through a couple of amazing action-packed R-Wing sequences, including an awesome space battle, a slower pace but still action-packed area, where the graphics and the scenery rival that of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and two awesome boss battles, one after the other, ending with a scene that gives you the feeling of pure satisfaction. Okay, so it loads and you notice that the text is a little bit small, but I'm just nitpicking right now. So you're walking on foot and at first it doesn't seem so bad. You're shooting enemies, running around, no big deal.
Fox! The longer you...
Now there are many design flaws as you'd expect, and... Ow. I'm starting to get a headache. Ugh. This would probably be from the game's music, as it tends to loop and repeat itself constantly. The first sign of a rushed game.
You gotta change weapons to fit the situation.
Folks, I've got enemies on my tail!
As you run though, you start to notice little annoying things. Like for example, the controls. When you try to go backwards, you can't really go that fast, and when you turn around, you can't really go that fast. Now this is for one control style, and in my opinion, the best working control style. But we'll get back to that later. And the land seems a little compact for how big the area is. I mean, referring back to the forest area, if you've seen that, it looks absolutely amazing. If you see this, you're thinking, what the hell? Okay, so I guess I got a little carried away there, but I'm gonna tough it out and finish this review. Now you'll notice that the areas are actually really huge, but they are also really compact, so half the time you can't even tell what's going on. Like, for example, how the hell did I fall? Oh, there was a little gap there? I didn't notice that. Or in other scenarios, the controls just prove to be bad. See, you have 3 control styles. One kind of reminds me of the Sin and Punishment style, which I won't go near because I was no good at that game. One is like Halo in 3rd person, and the last is like Metroid in 3rd person. Now, most people go straight for the Halo style, and for a good reason. You can look in any direction very quickly. But this logic proves to be flawed, as logic does not apply in this game. Most enemies don't move up or down, so in this game, you're making it harder for yourself.
It's a trap.
The Metroid style is less flawed, but again, logic does not apply. Fox takes forever to turn around, so when you try to get an enemy behind you, you might as well run away at first. Now, I don't have a problem with this because at least you can switch at any time. What? Wait a minute. You can't switch controls? You have to make a new file to switch controls. This game is so tedious to play. I mean, the first section with the R-Wing is great, but when you get to the on-foot part, you just want to quit. Only 5 minutes in, and I'm going nuts! Then comes a Landmaster. At first, it's like the on-foot. It doesn't seem so bad, but then it gets really bad really fast. And oh my god, that music is giving me a headache. Okay, so anyway... Okay, so the Landmaster is big, and it can destroy things easy, right? Simple enough. But it's really tough to maneuver anywhere. The controls are different depending on what you pick, so choose wisely. It's like pick your poison. Either aim is better, but good luck maneuvering, or aim is crappy, and good luck maneuvering. Also, if you like the Y-axis a certain way, I personally like it off, well, you'd better turn it off, because you will be stuck with it the rest of the game. Now let's go back to the story for a minute. There are interesting things here and there, but overall, it's really cheesy. There was one level where you go back to Dinosaur Planet, which I guess in this game they decided to use its real name. I guess in this game it's called Sauria.
I'm sensing a distress call from Planet Sauria.
That's stupid. I've never heard anything so stupid before, and... That's Sauria from Legend of Zelda, not Sauria. Sauria is stupid. Sauria... sound the same. Shut up. Whatever, that's just nitpicking. But anyway, this is great setup for story and level design, but what happens? You see a few references here and there, but overall it looks like crap. They could have at least reused some of the level design from Star Fox Adventures, but what do they do instead? You get this cliffside that looks like crap. I mean, how does this represent Dinosaur Planet? At the end of the level, you see Tricky, and this would be nice for memories if he was not so annoying. And right after Fox tells him he's an adult, he proves himself a hypocrite by saying that it's not a children's conversation.
Not yet.
I mean, this isn't a conversation for children.
And it's so quick and cheesy that if you like Star Fox Adventures, you will be doing this. Oh.
What?
There are some good things in this game, like the R-Wing sequences. Those are good. The on-foot parts are terrible. The Landmaster, incredibly bad. But the R-Wing is amazing. Guess what, though? The R-Wing makes up 1/3 of the game. 1/3 of the game is about a 5 out of 5. 2/3 of the game are a 1 out of 5. Guess what that makes? Roughly a 2 out of 5. Is that a 7 out of 10 Game Informer? No! It's a 2 out of 5, aka a 4 out of 10. This game was all hype. It was just like waiting to be punched in the face. If you want an example of what this game did, hey Peppy,